You know, there's a question I hear a lot from folks over 50. Why don't I have the same energy I used to? Maybe you've felt it too. Those mornings where getting out of bed takes a little more effort, or that afternoon slump that hits harder than it did 10 years ago. But here's the good news. Feeling vibrant, strong, and full of life isn't just for the young. In fact, staying active after 50 is one of the best things you can do for your health, your happiness, and your longevity. That's exactly what we're talking about today. How to stay active, feel great, and keep doing the things you love for years to come. Now, I'm not talking about running marathons or lifting heavy weights, unless that's your thing. This is about simple, enjoyable ways to move your body that fit into your life naturally. Because let's be honest, if it's not something you enjoy, you won't stick with it. And consistency? That's the real secret. So, let's start with the first key to staying active after 50, walking. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Walking? That's it? But hear me out. Walking is one of the most underrated forms of exercise, especially as we get older. It's gentle on the joints, it gets your heart pumping just enough, and best of all, you can do it anywhere, around your neighborhood, at the mall, or even in your living room if the weather's not great. The trick is to make it a habit. Start with just 10 minutes a day, if that's all you can manage. Maybe after breakfast or before dinner, take a short stroll. Over time, you'll find yourself going a little farther, a little faster, without even realizing it. And the benefits? Better circulation, stronger muscles, even a clearer mind. Plus, it's a great way to get some fresh air and clear your head. Now, the second habit is just as important: strength training. I know the words strength training might bring to images of bodybuilders grunting in a gym, but that's not what we're talking about here. Simple, at-home exercises with light weights, or even just your own body weight, can make a world of difference. Why? Because as we age, we naturally lose muscle mass, and that loss can lead to weaker bones, slower metabolism, and even less stability, which increases the risk of falls. But the good news? You can slow it down or even reverse it with just a little bit of resistance work. Think chair squats, wall push-ups, or lifting a couple of soup cans while you watch TV. The key is to start small and focus on consistency. Even 2 or 3 times a week can help you feel stronger and more capable in no time. And here's something to keep in mind. Movement isn't just about physical health. It's about staying independent, feeling confident in your body, and enjoying life to the fullest. Whether it's playing with grandkids, gardening, or traveling, staying active means you get to keep doing the things that bring you joy. Now, let's talk about the third piece of the puzzle: flexibility and balance. This one often gets overlooked, but it's just as crucial as walking and strength training. As we get older, our joints can get stiffer, and our balance might not be what it once was. But simple stretches and balance exercises can help keep you nimble and prevent injuries. Try this. Every morning, before you even get out of bed, stretch your arms overhead and point your toes. Or, while brushing your teeth, stand on one foot for a few seconds. Just hold on to the counter if you need to. Little habits like these add up, and over time, you'll notice you move more easily and feel more steady on your feet. So, we've covered walking, strength training, and flexibility. 3 simple but powerful ways to stay active after 50. And the best part? None of these require fancy equipment or hours at the gym. They're small, manageable steps that fit right into your daily routine. Now, let's keep going and talk about another key habit that can make a big difference in how you feel every day. You know, one of the most rewarding things about staying active after 50 is how it opens up new possibilities. Maybe you've already started adding a short walk into your day, or you've tried a few gentle strength exercises, and that's fantastic. But let's talk about something just as important: finding joy in movement. Because here's the truth: exercise shouldn't feel like a chore. If you dread it, you won't stick with it. So let's think outside the box. What's something active that you genuinely enjoy? Maybe it's dancing to your favorite oldies in the living room, joining a water aerobics class at the local pool, or even just gardening. Bending, lifting, and digging can be a great way to stay limber. The point is, movement doesn't have to look like exercise to count. When you're having fun, you're more likely to keep doing it, and that's what really matters. Now, let's talk about breathing and posture. This might sound simple, but it's something we often forget about as we get older. Years of sitting, slouching, or even just moving less can lead to stiffness in our backs and shoulders. And when our posture suffers, it can make us feel older than we really are. Here's an easy trick. Whenever you're sitting, whether it's watching TV or having your morning coffee, take a moment to sit up tall. Imagine a string pulling you gently up from the top of your head. Then, take a deep breath in through your nose, filling your lungs completely, and exhale slowly. Do this a few times, and you'll notice your shoulders relax, your chest open up, and even your mood lift a little. Good posture isn't just about looking confident. It helps with digestion, breathing, and even energy levels. And while we're on the topic of energy, let's talk about rest and recovery. Now, I know that might sound a little counterintuitive. After all, we're talking about staying active, right? But here's the thing. As we age, our bodies need a little more time to bounce back. Pushing too hard without proper rest can lead to burnout or even injury. So, listen to your body. If you've had a busy day of movement, give yourself permission to take it easy the next day. Maybe that means a gentle stretch instead of a walk, or simply putting your feet up for a while. And don't underestimate the power of a good night's sleep. It's when your body repairs itself. If you're not sleeping well, try winding down with a calming routine, like reading or sipping herbal tea, instead of scrolling on your phone right before bed. Now, here's something else to consider. Social movement. Have you ever noticed how much easier it is to stay active when you're doing it with others? Whether it's a walking group, a Tai Chi class at the community center, or even just meeting a friend for a stroll in the park, moving with others gives you accountability and a whole lot more fun. Plus, social connections are just as important for longevity as physical activity. Laughing, chatting, and sharing experiences with others can boost your mood, reduce stress, and even keep your mind sharp. So, if you've been thinking about joining that local senior fitness group or inviting a neighbor to walk with you, go for it. You might just find it's the highlight of your week. We've covered a lot so far: finding joy in movement, improving posture and breathing, prioritizing rest, and staying active with others. These aren't just habits. They're small shifts that can make a big difference in how you feel every day. Now let's move on to another key piece of the puzzle, one that ties everything together and helps you stay consistent for the long haul. You know, one of the most inspiring things about getting older is realizing just how much control we still have over how we feel. Sure, our bodies change, but that doesn't mean we have to slow down completely. In fact, the secret to staying vibrant after 50 isn't about pushing harder, it's about moving smarter. And that brings us to our next key habit: consistency over intensity. Think about it. What good is a grueling workout if you're too sore to move the next day? Or worse, if you burn out and quit altogether? The real magic happens when you find a rhythm that works for you, something you can sustain week after week, year after year. Maybe that means a 15-minute walk every morning, or a few simple stretches before bed. Small, steady efforts add up in ways that occasional bursts of activity just can't match. Here's a helpful tip. Instead of setting vague goals like exercise more, try tying movement to things you already do. For example, I'll do 5 chair stands every time I get up from watching the news. Or, I'll take 3 deep breaths and stretch my arms overhead every time I finish a cup of tea. These little anchors make it easier to build habits that stick without feeling like extra work. Now, let's talk about hydration and nutrition, because what you put into your body fuels everything else. As we age, our sense of thirst can dull, making it easy to forget to drink enough water. But dehydration can zap your energy, make joints ache, and even affect your balance. Keep a water bottle handy, and if plain water doesn't excite you, try adding a slice of lemon or cucumber for flavor. And when it comes to food, Focus on meals that give you lasting energy. Lean proteins, colorful veggies, whole grains, and healthy fats like nuts or olive oil support muscle health and keep you feeling strong. A handful of almonds or a piece of fruit makes a far better snack than sugary treats that leave you crashing later. Remember, you're not eating healthy, you're fueling your active life. Finally, let's talk about mindset. How you think about aging and movement makes all the difference. If you tell yourself, "I'm too old for this," your body will listen. But if you shift that to, "I'm doing what I can to feel my best," suddenly new possibilities open up. Celebrate every small victory, whether it's climbing stairs without getting winded, touching your toes more easily, or just feeling more energized in the afternoon. Those wins matter. So, let's recap what we've covered. Walking regularly, strength training to preserve muscle, staying flexible, finding activities you love, improving posture, resting well, staying social, moving consistently, nourishing your body, and keeping a positive outlook. None of these require drastic changes, just small, intentional choices that add up to a healthier, happier you. And here's the most important thing to remember: it's never too late to start. Whether you're 55 or 85, your body responds to movement. Maybe yesterday you didn't do anything. That's okay. Today is a new day, and even 5 minutes of gentle activity counts. I'd love to hear from you in the comments. What's one small way you'll get moving today? Maybe it's trying that chair stretch we talked about, or calling a friend to join you for a walk. Share your plans so we can all inspire each other. If you found this helpful, give the video a thumbs up. It really does make a difference. And don't forget to subscribe for more tips on living your best life after 50. Because here's the truth: age is just a number. But how you feel? That's up to you. Here's to moving with joy, living with purpose, and embracing every year ahead with strength and vitality. Now go out there and show the world what 50 plus can do.